Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 1st of September 2021. So I don't really have anything to say in this intro part other than that I'll probably be doing a survivor commentary thing this week again, like I did with my killer one a while ago. I've just been really busy recently with uni stuff and family stuff, so I haven't really had time to tweet or focus on anything like that, so hopefully this week I'll be able to do a survivor gameplay for you guys. But other than that, we're just going to get started, I think. Not much else to say. First of all, yes, we have Decisive Strike, which is a lorry perk. Cue all the survivor mains who are going to be in the comments of every post and everything and being like, and then all the killer mains are like, oh my god, you're so toxic for bringing this out again. Okay, so I have a feeling everyone knows what DS is. I think it was out not too long ago, to be honest. I might be wrong about that, but it doesn't feel like it's been too long. Basically, after being unhooked or unhooking yourself, Decisive Strike activates for 40 seconds. While active, complete a skill check when grabbed by the killer to escape, which stuns them for 5 seconds. Succeeding or failing the skill check disables Decisive Strike. You become the obsession after stunning the killer. And basically, in that timer, if you repair a generator, heal yourself or others, cleanse a totem, sabo or hook, or unhook someone else, then it will deactivate DS, which means if you do get picked up, you won't be able to stab the killer. And then blah blah the rest of the obsession shit. So basically, it's just an anti-tunnel perk. You get unhooked. If the killer comes right for you again, you have a chance to do a tiny skill check, which will let you get away from the killer and you can keep on running. But it will make you the obsession, and yeah, it'll stun them for a bit. Which also, forgot to say, tier 2 is 50 seconds and tier 3 is 60 seconds, so you have a full minute. Like it says, you can't repair a generator or do anything else. It has to be if you're getting tunneled straight off hook, or like, you know, if you're getting healed under hook and the killer comes back, but you cannot interact with anything else. However, you can still do exit gates and chests, I believe. I think you can do things like waking up maybe, and getting pig traps off. I think little things like that still count, but I definitely know that exit gates and chests do not deactivate the perk. So yeah, it's just doing those main things will deactivate the perk, so keep that in mind. But of course, yes, DS is obviously a brilliant perk. It's great to, you know, anti-tunnel someone and just to keep on going. Yeah, I feel like everyone knows what DS is. Speaking of perks that everyone should know, we have Hex Ruin, which is a hag perk, and this one is very popular. It's probably one of the best Generogress perks in the game. So it's a Hex perk, keep that in mind. All generators are affected by Hex Ruin. While a generator is not being repaired by a survivor, it will immediately and instantly regress repair progress at 100% of the normal regression speed. I'm very good with my words. At tier 2 that's 150%, and tier 3 is 200%. The hex effect persists as long as the related hex totem is standing. So basically it's a hex totem. The second someone stops working on a generator, it will immediately and automatically start regressing it, which at 200% speed, by the way, is fucking crazy. That is crazy fast. The difference between 100% and 200% is mental. So definitely use this perk at tier 3 when you can. Yeah, again, this is probably, you'll counter this in probably 95% of your matches. It is definitely one of the strongest killer perks, I would say. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's like definitely one of the best Generogress perks. You can obviously combo this with Undying or any other hex defense thing, so Retribution or Thrill of the Hunt, you know. So keep that in mind. It is fragile. It is, you know, this could get cleansed within 30 seconds of the match and then it won't do anything, or some games it won't get cleansed at all. But at some point be prepared to lose Ruin. You should always have a backup plan for it. Again, you could use Undying, which will, you know, sacrifice itself for Ruin. Or you could do what some people do and bring Ruin and Pop, which Pop is also a brilliant Generogress perk. So in case Ruin gets cleansed, you still have something that can stop gens. So keep that in mind. Not much else to say other than obviously this is a fucking powerful perk and very, very effective what it does. Next up we have Deception, which is a LED perk, and this is good for me because LED's other perk, Appraisal, came out last week, and I don't plan on buying Binding of Kin at any point, whatever. So this is good for me. I can get these teachables without needing to buy anything. But this is an LED perk, and this one is pretty fun. Interacting with a locker while sprinting will trigger a loud noise notification of your location and cause you to leave no scratch marks for 3 seconds. You no longer enter lockers. What's that? You no longer enter lockers while sprinting, and while this perk is active. Deception can only be triggered once every 60 seconds, which is 50 seconds at tier 2 and 40 seconds at tier 3. Again, I don't have this perk. I don't have anything from Binding of Kin, which again is why I said it's good that it's coming out, because I don't plan to get the DLC. But this one I've seen is really fun. This can be really annoying to play against as killer. You'll pick up on it after a while, like you can with Diversion, but initially, yeah, it can be quite confusing because it will basically give them the impression that you've just entered into a locker in a fast vault, to use head on, or if you've got DS or something, I don't know. And then hopefully the first time at least it will bait them to open the locker, which will waste a bit of their time. You also only leave no scratch marks for 3 seconds, which means yeah, you can get so much distance from that. Again, if they fall through it, which the first time they probably will, or they might get suspicious or something, I don't know. But I think this is a great perk. I think this is a fun little thing to do, and it can actually be really helpful. It's very fun. It's good to fake going in lockers. Yeah, again, no, I don't have any experience with this because I don't have the perk. But again, I have played against it a couple times, and yeah, and I've obviously seen gameplay of it. It's very fun to use, it seems. And finally, we have Trail of Torment, which is a Executioner Pyramid Head perk. I don't remember this being in the Shrine before, but apparently it has, so yeah, there you go. This is a Executioner perk, and after you kick a generator, you become undetectable until either the generator that you kicked stops regressing, or a survivor is injured or goes into the dying state by any means. During this time, the generator's yellow aura is revealed to all survivors. This effect can only trigger once every 80 seconds, which is 70 seconds at tier 2 and 60 seconds at tier 3. I think Trail of Torment is not used as much, or used enough, sorry. I think Trail of Torment is I'm not going to say it's overpowered or it's incredibly strong, because it's not. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I will say it's a good perk because a lot of people don't expect it. I'm actually using this on Leatherface at the moment. I can't think of what other killers. Like, a lot of killers can benefit from this. But most notably, I use this on my Leatherface, and even though I don't play Leatherface a whole lot, it is hilarious to walk up to someone who has no idea that you're there, and just to get the chainsaw out, because if they're not paying attention, all they're going to hear is just, they're just going to hear a chainsaw out of nowhere, and you're going to be right there. It's the funniest thing, but yeah, it's good because it's unexpected. It can grant you some, like, really funny moments where people just absolutely, presumably shit themselves, and sorry, I had someone trying to phone me then. But yeah, so it's good to, make people shit themselves. Anything to do with undetectable makes people shit themselves. I just played a match against Ghostface and I just literally screamed. So, yeah, it's good for grabs as well. This is a really good perk to get grabs. Again, I know anything with undetectable is good at doing grabs, but just because, like, they won't really see it coming. However, like I said, it does highlight the generator that you kicked in a yellow aura, so they will catch on if you have it, although sometimes they might think that it's a teammate of Blastmine or something, because I know if you do things to a gen like that, it turns the gen yellow as well. But if you use it too much, they'll catch on, so they'll know to go to that gen to stop their aggression. But if it's in a hard to reach place, or if the map pressure is really extreme, then they probably won't be able to. And also, just make sure, if you're going to kick a gen with this, make sure it's not one that doesn't have much progress, because once the gen obviously regresses back to nothing, that will count as, the gen being touched and losing regression, so then you'll lose the undetectable. Does that make sense? To just make sure it's a gen that has decent progress. But other than that, it's such a fun perk. I love using this perk, and yeah, I would say this is his best perk by far. So, yeah. I'm gonna go over which ones I think you should buy, and I don't think it's you know, a brainer, no-brainer. You know, DS obviously. I think just being able to stop tunneling like that, and it's pretty easy to activate as long as you don't do any of the actions that are listed. And like I said before, you can still do things like chests, exit gates, and maybe some killer-specific interactions. You know, like vaccines, I guess, would count as well, and cleansing and stuff like that, you know. So, it's just great to be able to have a second chance like that. And also, Ruin, again, if you don't have this, you absolutely need it because it's so great. Even if you don't have anything with to protect it with or anything, even if it does get cleansed within a minute, you know, it's still giving them, it's still wasting their time to have to look and do that totem, you know. I'm going to get Deception after because I don't have it yet, and Tried of Torment I would recommend as well. However, it's just because these two perks are in the shrine, and these are a lot better. So if these two weren't in the shrine, I would say this. If you already have these two perks, then I would definitely say get Trail because it's just fun. And also I guess that counts for Deception as well. Again, you guys can buy anything. I'm just saying like which ones will actually be beneficial, and Decisive and Ruin will absolutely be beneficial and help you survive / 4K. But yeah, so guys, I hope you found this helpful. I will be doing my gameplay commentary in a few days, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.